Hey guys, and welcome to the Heavy Tank Replay Contest results. We'll jump straight into the action and I'll tell you a lot of stuff on the road to finding the winner of the contest. First up we have Little Blue Fish in his IS-7. After fighting against a lot of the enemy tanks, he's left all alone against a Batchat T-54, KV-13 and a VK-3001P. He is swarmed, but it would seem that the Batchat forgot that the weak spot on the IS-7 is not in the front but in the back. He could have made this situation a lot easier for his team if he had stayed behind him. But instead, IS-7 takes mediocre damage from all of them except T-54, which he wisely enough takes out as the second tank after killing the Batchat, which had very low health. The KV-13 has filled the IS-7 with HE shells all the time, but in the end, Little Blue Fish finally gets a straight shot at him and takes him out. After that kill, the VK-3001P stands no chance of winning against the IS-7. The third honorable mention, Little Blue Fish. And we move on to Dasnoop in his Tiger H. He's top dog in this battle and is currently fighting against some of the mid-tiers on the enemy team. Even though you're top dog in a Tiger, even the smallest ones can hurt you if you don't look out for yourself. Right now, Dasnoop is just rolling back and forth to hit the enemies in front of him. Even though you're big, you shouldn't just be exposing yourself all the time, so constantly going back and forth is a good idea. The allied base is being captured, so Dasnoop decides on going home. And while Dasnoop takes care of this AMX M4 and Leopard and everything else around him, I'll talk a little bit about why I choose the winners this time. A much bigger variety of tanks was submitted in the heavy category, and that made my job a lot easier. Past replay contest winners even sent in more replays of themselves in heavier tanks, but since they had already sent in their other replays, none of them were counted. Like Victor, who won the light replay contest. He sent in an IS-7 replay where he took on a lot of enemy tanks at once, bouncing a lot and coming out as the only tank left. It was a great replay, but since his scout replay was submitted first, I had to take it as that was the one he submitted. A lot of other people did this as well, but as I said, pick your best replay, not send in all your good replays and let me choose. So to everyone who sent in more than one replay, I only watch the first one you send in, or the first in line if you send two at once. But let's go back to Dasnoop in his Tiger H. He just spotted a Panzerkampfwagen 38 NA scouting around his base. It ran away, but Dasnoop was smart enough to stick around the base and find it as it came around for a sneaky base capture. The Panzerkampfwagen 38 NA has no chance of penetrating the much bigger Tiger H and is forced to reverse to get away from Dasnoop. But the reverse speed is a lot less than when driving forward, and Dasnoop finishes him off with a few shells. Dasnoop then had to find the Hummel, hiding in the city. Luckily, he kills off the engine in his first shot, and the Hummel is totally defenseless and could only wait for the finishing blow. As Dasnoop tries to find the rest of the enemy team, his base is once again in danger, so he turns around and gets home. But the remaining enemies are no match for him, and he kills them both very quickly without taking any lethal damage.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Is gone. We can't move. He's gone. Find another.
And that was Dasnoop at the second spot on the honorable mention list. And at first honorable mention spot we have a very unusual tank, the VK-4502 Aus A, and inside the Aus A we find Totem. It's very nice to see this tank in action, as I've only seen it at the end of my own barrel taking damage, so let's see how the speed and gun can be used. Totem starts the battle out by going up against a Tiger, a Tiger II and an IS-3, but he quickly figures out that his gun won't penetrate the front of the IS-3, so he decides on flanking. The path is clear, and even though he misses completely to begin with, he still gets the kill on the KV-3. He then proceeds to kill an IS-3 before deciding to ram an IS-8, getting a kamikaze medal for the trouble. After that he squares up with an already damaged T-44 and earns another pretty number next to his name. His base starts being captured and he ignores a Tiger P behind him to go save the day. He starts by hitting the KV-3, hitting it and removing cap points, but not getting a response from the commentator.
Close targets. They hit the engine. We're losing.
Then a shot to the face of the AMX M4, and then the KV-3 gets the final shell. The Tiger P decides to charge towards Totem instead of aiming carefully to finish him off, but the game is stopped by a captured enemy base. Totem is awarded with the first honorable mention spot since the tank really isn't that good to begin with, yet he ends up with several kills and medals, but we can't see the medals since the new replay system removes old battle stats from replays. Don't know why they needed to screw that up, but they did. And as the winner of the contest we have yet another Top Dog replay, but this one is an unusual one since it features an E75 without the Top Gun. He only has the Tiger II's Top Gun, which has a penetration value of 225mm and an average damage of 320, so far from the 12.8, which has 246 penetration and 490 damage. But even if the odds are against him, he does very well. Throughout the replay he doesn't have any spectacular movements, all that happens is a lot of killing, so I'll let the replay run for now and let you guys see how he does.
The parachute is but it's still fragile. We nailed it bad. Punched right through their armor. Enemy is hit. Got him. Looks like that one went right through. Enemy armor is destroyed. They're hit. We've got them. We've hit them hard. Enemy armor is... We nailed them bad. Enemy is hit. They're knocked out. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is destroyed. That's gotta hurt. They're hit. One of our tracks got him.
As you saw on the replay, he didn't bounce on most of his shots, even on the IS-4. There was one edited bounce on the IS-4, but other than that he bounced nearly no shells. Just goes to show that you shouldn't count out the E75 just because you don't have the Top Gun yet.
Destroyed.
The reload speed increases on the 10.5cm guns, so you'll deal damage much faster, but the damage will be less per shot. He ends up with 10 kills, getting Top Gun, Steel Wall, Sniper, and for that he deserves to win the replay contest. Funny/awesome replay contest results are also coming today.